Like, you raise your hand like in front of your webcam to vote.
That's not my hand.
That's not my hand.
Is it?
That's not my hand.
Okay, so 3-1-1. We're gonna go to night phase. I'm going to pass out the roles to people. If you are Mafia, I'm gonna invite you into a Mafia group chat. And during night phase, I'm gonna run some ads. And mute your audio, mute your mic.
How do I expand somebody's name, like picture to full screen?
In the upper right hand corner, go to gallery view.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I mute the
bottom left corner? Stop video, mute my audio. Jason with an eye. Okay, cool. We're all good. So chat, I'm gonna run commercials for a little bit while everything gets set up, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Except for those of you who have turbo. Mafia, I have put you all in a chat room and started talking to you. Everyone has been assigned a role. Mafia, you are only allowed to use names and yes, no, maybe. So no discussions. Medic, please tell me who you want to save. Cop, please tell me who you want to check. Mafia, you have 2 kill power. And you are allowed to stack. Medics are not allowed self-saves. And Mafia, you cannot kill me.
Esports. Esports.
Okay. Everybody wake up except for Unctious and Rob. Unctious and Rob.
Somebody was watching last week.
Good kills, Mafia.
Seriously, fuck Unctious.
Good kills, thank you. That guy. He killed me last week, like Friday night, and I was the cop. He was on the push first.
Oh, damn it, Kimbo, I followed your tutorial and my camera's in a box now.
Damn.
Yeah, if you have XSplit and Zoom running at the same time, they're going to be fighting for your camera.
Yeah, I changed it to XSplit.
And
but it's just, I've got black bars now.
Oh yeah. You have to follow you have to crop it. That's all. It's just crop settings in XSplit.
Are we live and everything, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Mute when you're typing. Whoever. Tim.
Yeah, Shindig.
Sorry,
Super
sorry.
loud.
Shindigs. Are you Mafia trying to distract us with your keyboard from discovering the truth or something, Tim?
All right. So
Hold on, wait 1 sec, everyone. We might have a slight complication.
Oh.
okay.
What? I'm sorry. Okay, so Shindig is gonna have to bow out, which is fine because he was Talon, and hopefully that doesn't change any metas. He's got a meeting he has to attend, so okay. Glad that happened now instead of earlier. Continue playing, please.
Just lost the confirmed town, man. God damn it.
That kind of sucks. 1,
That
2,
means that more than 1/3 of us are Mafia.
7, 8, 9, 10. Well, a little bit less than a third.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, how
more
many
than a
Mafia?
fourth is what I meant.
There's 3, right?
Yeah.
So
3,
that
1, 1.
means, besides me, there's only what? 6?
6 down. Yeah.
I counted myself.
Besides you?
Nice one,
I'm
Jason.
down, so.
Besides me,
Yeah.
there
So
are
I should probably
7
talk
towns.
right away so I don't get killed for being quiet. I'm Canadian, so I'm two-piece living to be Mafia, West Coast, so way too laid back to join in the gang.
So if Cop got a Mafia read, you should probably come out now. Right.
That sounds like
Yeah. Generally,
Yeah,
when there's 2 kill power.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can reduce kill power by coming out if you have one confirmed.
Yeah, you have.
Actually, yeah. Might be
Yeah,
better
so-
to wait a little bit, get more information before you
so
come
that
out.
sounds like
Definitely come out sometime at this round.
So, do we want to try and make accusations based on who was killed, or just kind of let that be?
I think
No.
all that we can really deduce based on who was killed is that they were watching last week.
Or playing?
Or playing.
Yeah, or playing. I think that accounts for everybody here, right?
I think there's at least one really, really good player on Mafia right now.
Not following your
I don't think you can really say that because
No, because those are 2 of the hardest people to play against.
I mean,
I would argue
Rob's
actually
one of the hardest people.
I
to play
mean,
against?
they're hard to read. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
As I kind of feel like Rob was maybe a misstep from Mafia, and
killing Unctious is like almost not even that good of a move because everybody who played last week is going to be really suspicious of Unctious all the time because
Yeah, so I was gonna say
He
the
got me
opposite.
so bad.
Like if I was Vigilante, I might want to kill those people as town, right? But as Mafia, I think I would want to keep them alive, to be honest.
Yeah, as Mafia, I would want to kill Carlton again because that's how Mafia wins, by killing Carlton early.
So, guys,
that
I
means
don't
Carlton's
actually
Mafia,
know
right?
if either Unctious or Rob are. Would you guys mind filling me in?
So Unctious
is good.
like always, as Mafia, he makes it to the end. Like he's really convincing, people
He's
can't read him well.
sleep in Mafia 3
I
times.
mean,
in a row, right?
out of these 4 games, it was Mafia 3 times, I think. Something
He's
crazy
the guy
like
that
I played with him
he's
3
the guy
times.
that everybody thinks he's Mafia all the time, but no one thinks he's Mafia enough to vote for him.
Yeah, you're never really sure about it. And you don't
And
know.
then
Just slightly suspicious. Did you guys?
And sometimes people get
Rob-
so convinced that he's town
That's
that
good.
they're like, you
Yeah.
defend him till the end.
yeah, that
And
was
then you
me.
have fucking Gregor on his team who's like, oh, I think I'm just
So
town.
let's
Yeah,
not
put the doggy over here.
this round.
Put the doggy over here.
This round.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
So
It's a puppy.
Carlton, you're still alive, so you're Mafia, right?
No,
That's kind of what I'm feeling,
because I'm alive.
So
Mafia, right?
and because you killed Unctious.
I wouldn't kill Unctious because Unctious is a good player to leave in.
I don't know. I kind of think it's Eric. I don't know why.
Who's Eric?
The new
Oh, yeah.
guy, the one in the black hat.
He looks Mafia.
Black Hat. All right, I'm just
So-
gonna kill him.
So
I'm ready to kill him.
On,
I mean,
on
I
who?
On Eric, he's
Eric?
wearing a black hat. He's new.
Wait, was that a formal?
Yes.
That was a formal.
Really?
Whoa.
Okay.
Based on what?
That he's
So
new
here's
and he's
should I
wearing
make
a
a
black
formal
hat.
defense or
Well, so
Yeah.
I want to give my reason first, because
okay?
the reason why I think he's Mafia is because he's actually watched every single game. Like, he's gone back and watched all the VODs as well. So just the fact that he said, I think whoever killed the Mafia is a really experienced. Whoever killed those two players, Rob and Unctious, are really good players. I think it's just very classic misdirection.
Well, okay. So for that point, basically you're right. All I've seen so far is them being pretty good Mafia players. But at the same time, being a good Mafia player means that you're pretty good at disguising yourself as Town. So if they're Town players, they're going to be strong players for Town. So if I were Mafia, I would try to get rid of the two stronger players out of the game quickly, and have the weaker players point fingers at each other. That's what I would do.
I would argue that
just
Unctious is a very
people who are better
strong
than
Mafia
one.
player. I don't know that he's a very strong Town player,
Right.
actually.
Well, if you're a strong Mafia player, usually strong Mafia players act. Sorry.
I mean, it's not really true because some people are very lopsided in terms of how good they are on one faction or the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
being
I
a good
don't
Argument
recall.
just counteract itself too, because you said that if he thinks you're really strong players, therefore a really good Mafia would kill both of them.
Bruno,
You
No,
just counter.
No, I'm saying
I
that
would-
they'd be good. Okay, go ahead.
Being a good Mafia player definitely doesn't mean that you're a good Town player, because if you're good at like just getting people to stop thinking about you, that doesn't mean you're good at leading a conversation and rooting out Mafia. Like, the key to being a good Mafia player is to either control the conversation and lead it in like a direction that isn't helpful, or just play yourself so innocent that people just that people just forget about you. And
right now?
I mean, and also I want to bring up that, just because let's just say those two people are actually strong Mafia players, right? It doesn't make sense to kill both of them in the first night because, they're a likely medic save. Whoever's making that noise.
I don't see why they'd be a medic save if you claim that they're not good Mafia kills. I don't understand.
Well, I mean,
Can you
that's
repeat
what you said, right?
Yeah,
I
if
don't-
you
I don't-
read that they're good Mafia,
Right.
then or good Town, then you probably wouldn't want to go for who you think are the two strongest Town, because there's a good chance that one of them will get saved.
I don't think they're likely Mafias, likely medic saves at all. I think the two likely medic saves are Carlton and Mango.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
more mango than anything.
So
Mega's
What I'm
always
trying
like
to-
the first I save.
what I'm trying to get at is they're good players, but they're not likely medic saves. So those would be two players that you'd safely get rid of, and then would save you some trouble down the road if they're good Town players. I haven't seen them play Town very much, but I'm saying why not get rid of them now while the medic's probably gonna go for Mango.
So was that your decision, or did you just agree with the other ones?
Okay, so I mean, should I have a formal defense, or are you gonna
If
rescind?
you were
or-
formal, you need a formal defense.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and give your formal defense?
Well, okay, so I mean, I understand that like being new and all, it's likely to, point the finger at just because you're new, and some of the arguments aren't what you guys consider to be good play, but I think that it's a bad move to just randomly vote somebody out in the beginning without actually going through the whole weeding it out and poking at people to find out more information. I think that at this point, just randomly lynching somebody for no reason is just a bad move. I'm Town and I want to win, so I think that it's a bad move to vote me off for that reason. I mean, there are people here that haven't even said anything. I mean,
Yeah.
Alan, I haven't seen him move his mouth once. And I'm actually making Town contributions. My logic might not be correct, but I'm at least trying to help Town out by, saying cop come out, stuff like that.
What percent Town are you?
Oh God. Well, okay, on that, can I
Anything less than
interject?
100%.
So
I would say 100%, but I don't want everybody to get drunk,
so there's something about the fact that
Oh, random unctuous sighting.
Yeah.
hey guys,
But
Mango,
I am
audio.
Town.
I'm okay with like killing somebody, but I do want to poke around at other people.
No, yeah,
before
you're-
just
you're-
go ahead
you're
and
absolutely right,
kill
Sam.
Eric. I mean, that's just
picking you because your day one is fine, but doing it before we've talked to everyone is
Right.
bad.
No,
So
I agree.
yeah,
That's what I'm getting at.
And, is anybody else suspicious about Alan at all? Like, you just said,
I have a quick question before we
Well,
move
his
away
mic's been
from
muted the whole
Eric.
time.
Let Daniel Geese speak.
I don't want to bet. Don't do it. I swear. School's computer.
Can you mute your background when there's crazy shit going on?
Mute your audio when you guys are not speaking, please.
Was Dan gonna say something? Or?
Oh yeah, sorry. I had a quick question. Just Eric, what's your background? Have you played Mafia before? Like, Mango said you're a viewer of the show.
I haven't played a whole lot of Mafia. I mean, he showed me basically. I've played Werewolf before in the past, which is kind of the same thing. I know.
No, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
I do the same thing. Carlton's gonna formally you if this gets rescinded.
I've watched pretty much all the episodes though, so like I have a pretty good understanding of what's going on, and I have personal opinions on who are the best players, as in the hardest for me to read. So I'm just saying that if other people share my opinion that those would be good kills, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know,
Who do you think are the best players?
That's not an anti-town move, right?
So with that being said, who do you think made those kills? Because you said you have your opinion as far as who made those kills. Who do you think made them? Because that may lead to other discussions.
Well, I already said that I'm suspicious of Alan.
Alan's first time on the show as well, right?
Sorry?
Yeah, on here, yeah.
I was suspicious of Flame Wheel in the beginning because he wasn't really saying a whole lot and just complete poker face. And I'm always suspicious of Mango. So just because I know that he's really good and he's hard to read.
So I just want to say one thing. So I agree that we should rescind just so we can kind of poke on other people, but like his defense was actually really good. Like if he was a regular, I would say, all right, we shouldn't vote him off right now. But as a new player who's only watched the game and has never played, like I know Eric pretty well, like, you know, through playing like a lot of games with him, right? So I know that he's capable of creating that like really good defense as a first time player just by watching the VODs. And I don't know if he was really talented, he would give that good a defense, which is kind of weird accusation.
Well, I also want to play. Like I don't want to, you know.
Well articulated.
Yeah.
So you know Eric like outside the game, or you've played lots, or?
I played with like other like games with him, so I know like, you know, he's capable of doing something like this. So
you would say like you have a decent read,
Some more articulate guy.
I mean, I just want to bring that up. I'm not saying we should formally it right now. But
I mean, that was a really good defense. Like that's not typically the. I mean, that was a very talented defense.
What you're saying is like.
I don't know. He did say he was a pro werewolf player.
Yeah.
Well, I mean.
Well, that doesn't make me think less of him, but
that shit is Bray.
I'm just saying that that's fine. I mean, coming up to vote's fine, but I mean, we're only like 10, 15 minutes into it. I mean, if we're just gonna randomly lynch somebody at this point, odds are we're gonna lynch a town person, and I don't see the point in that.
I'm not okay with killing Eric, and whether he's Mafia or not, because I think that one way or another we're gonna find out of him eventually, not before the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know
All right,
I mean?
so let's move on and like pressure people like Alan who haven't said anything yet.
Yeah, I think there's a lot better lynches than Eric.
So Alan, your reads or anything?
Right now, I'm kind of suspicious of Kimball because when we were playing at MLG, a lot of the times he would sit in the back and then only either agree or disagree with someone when someone else brings a different point up, whereas he's not bringing up things himself. So right now, to me, that's kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I was Mafia. Do you remember?
Yeah, but when exactly.
That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
Mafia again.
Yeah, so when I was Mafia, I was agreeing and disagreeing with other people and trying to kind of jump on. And you're saying I'm being different than that?
No,
I'm saying you're being the same.
I'm being the same.
Yes, like agreeing with what Mango said, and then agreeing with what Cameron said, and
You were quick to jump on, like Mango suggested Eric, and then you just like jumped into a formal like instantly.
Yep, I did because he has a black cat and he's new, and I wanted to see if we could
formal
pressure him.
accusations don't really mean anything because people just end up with rescinding them in the first day anyway.
No,
half the time.
It shouldn't be like that. They should matter, man.
They should matter, but what it comes down to is it doesn't.
I wanted to see how he'd respond under like pressure right away. So I was really happy with his defense though. It doesn't mean he's off the hook yet, but
speaking of black hats, Alan, you hiding your Mafia kill tools under that hood there?
I want
he's got the hood.
I want to say something. I noticed that Falling and Jason pretty much had no reaction when you guys were grilling me. I don't know what to make of that, but if I were playing Mafia and somebody's about to get lynched that I know is not Mafia, I would pretty much keep out and not try to, instigate anything.
How do I know you're not Mafia though? Like
so they're your Mafia partner.
Because if you're Mafia, you know that I'm not Mafia.
But I'm not Mafia and I don't know what you are, so I'm not going to go into defense right away. I'm going to let you defend yourself.
So just want to point out, guys, we broke 1,000 viewers.
What?
We're on the front page of Twitch right now.
We're at 1040.
Oh,
holy
nice.
cow!
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for watching. All right.
Shout outs to each and every one of you guys.
Let's keep these rounds short so Neil can get lots of commercials in.
Because we're gonna make the
There's
esports
some commercialism.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
so
let's just not have day one take an hour.
So can we hear from Flame Wheel? Because he's an really experienced player and he hasn't said anything. So
yeah.
Wait. We're not just. There's not just a link on the bottom.
Hang on. We were going on Falling, weren't we?
That's awesome.
I want to propose a.
I thought we were talking about Ellen.
Are we done with
What
Alan?
are we talking about?
I want to call Formula on Falling.
all right.
I want to hear what he has to say.
I want to
If
hear
he has any
more
ideas
from
or-
Alan besides just him saying I'm suspicious. I want to hear his other reads.
Okay.
Oh, from Alan?
Yeah, at some point. I just because he got off easy. He pointed a finger at me and then
yeah,
that was
that's
it.
fair. That was really my only big read right now because obviously we just started like 15 minutes ago. But that one is like one that really jumped out at me. But so far I don't have any like clear reads yet. But especially like if you guys play with me at MLG, like this is just how I play. Like I sit back the first round and read people. I don't like to really like talk over people or direct the conversation like Neil or anyone.
I mean, the two games that I saw, that's basically how he was playing. He wasn't saying much. I mean, they got him killed. I didn't kill the game that I played, but he was town.
What do you think about Eric, Alan? What do you think about his defense?
I think his defense is pretty good, but then he's also new because I watched this too. But so I don't know how he plays because he hasn't been on here. But overall, I think it's pretty good, like fairly safe.
I'm really suspicious about Falling right now. I don't know if anybody else is, but I'm really suspicious of him. He's like shaking almost.
I'm suspicious of him, but he's also rather new. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll claim newbiness, but I don't know. You said you're suspicious because I wasn't reacting to you being accused?
No, just one. That's just one of the reasons. You haven't said a whole lot except for your intro spiel. But
All right.
I'm just saying,
Sure.
if anybody mentions your name, you kind of start fidgeting and shaking. I want to put a little pressure on you. I want to hear what you have to say, so I can get a good read on you.
Sure.
It's not. I mean, it's kind of a formal, but I mean,
Just
I'll rescind it if
focusing
you have a
in.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was listening into your defense, but I think they have a reaction one way or the other, but that was all right. But I haven't obviously watched you at all. I missed last week, so I didn't know what Unctious and Rob are going on about. But I've seen a few of these from before.
Do you have any reads on anybody right now?
No, I don't know. Not so far. I try and keep track of who's talking about who as best as I can, but Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think anybody's safe right now?
I don't know. Obviously, people are starting to be a bit quieter. Alan throwing it back to someone else right away is a little bit suspicious to me.
What do you think about
Alan's throwing it to Kimball.
Well, they were just asking me for my reads, though. I mean, what am I supposed
for sure.
to do when they ask me that?
Falling. What do you think about Eric's defense when he was accused?
I mean, I guess it seemed pretty reasonable. But yeah, I don't know like whether he's a particularly articulate guy in other situations.
Are you getting a delay, Falling, like when we're asking you stuff?
I'm not sure.
Seems like it might be.
Possibly. I feel like when I'm talking, there's a bit of a delay or something.
I guess the true question is, I mean, how much can you contribute? You know, like the questions that we're asking you, it's been rather just sporadic of your answers, like, oh, well, I'm new, but you know, this, and
yeah, I mean, like at this point,
difficult.
if we had no reads on anyone, like Falling would be the one that I would want to vote off, just because I don't think he's going to contribute much. So, just throwing that out there. But let's move on to
is George
Flame Wheel.
What the fuck is he doing?
Hopefully he stays stationary from here on out. It's getting rather annoying.
Flame Wheel, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right. So, can you give us your reads and your, I guess, kind of defense why you're down?
As for reads, pretty much nothing, because I'm not used to this method and don't know any of the players besides, well, Mango and Shindigs, who is now gone. So I don't really know anyone. I haven't watched any VODs. I watched 4 VODs total from mid-April or something. Pretty much the first couple games. Then I haven't watched anything, so I don't know anyone. And the way that whoever's talking gets highlighted on screen, it's very hard to make interjections. So right now, I'm just tabbing through videos trying to watch.
Flame, look at the upper right-hand corner, and you can turn it to gallery view, where you can see everyone at all times.
See everybody all at once.
Yeah. Wait, gallery view? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Upper right corner.
Yeah, it just makes it to a grid for you.
Oh, okay. I like that a lot better. Yeah, but pretty much I've been a noob and been tabbing through videos trying to look at people. As for why I'm town, I mean, there's no reason why I would be town or why I wouldn't be town. It's all random at this point. I don't know half of you. I don't even know who was killed. And I'm not the type of person who would just blindly follow along with what other Mafia people say, because as Mango will back up that I'm very stubborn.
What other Mafia people say.
Yeah. So generally a lot of the times when you have a new player, right, and their defense is, well, I mean, I wouldn't kill these people because I don't know them. Then they would just follow along with people who have been in the games and go along with what the other people are pointing at.
I mean, I like Flameless defense, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we can lynch him just on the back of other Mafia.
So, can we hear from Daniel Geese, or Kiwi, as this label says?
Oh, Daniel Geese.
The Goose.
Yeah, I just had myself muted. I was on gallery, but I'm kind of so I had to switch to the shitty version. I liked what Eric had to say. I found myself agreeing with everything. So, I mean, if he's saying things that are true and not necessarily obvious, then to me that seems to be pro-town. As for suspicions, I mean, I'd like to hear more from Ellen and Falling. Every single game, I'm suspicious of Jason, and he's never Mafia, and he's always just good town. So
he was Mafia once.
He would be in my circle right now. Yeah, I mean, you haven't been Mafia in like forever, and like every single game you're town, and every single game you're good. So
I'm never going to.
I don't know about that.
Ever. I'll kill myself.
Mangoes.
I don't know about Jason being good, because he just doesn't say much for the most part, and
yeah, that's
I always think he's Mafia, and like I don't know how many times I voted him off.
Yeah, we always think he's Mafia, but
that's the same. And I'm always wrong.
Though.
And he always makes good plays though, so I don't know. I don't know. Mango's alive, night one. I don't think there's anything really to say about that though. So mainly I want to hear more from Ellen and Fallen.
Yeah, I have to
keep going back to like the same people like over and over again. But I have a few things that I wanted to kind of like talk about. Like right now, like my reads, Mango jumped right off the bat again to accuse somebody. But the thing is, last time he did that, I was suspicious of him and he was town. I'm looking at like right now thinking that either Mango or Eric is going to be probably Mafia. I'd lean more toward, I mean, I would trust Mango's, like I don't have an opinion on him like personally. Like I don't know what to think of him personally because I don't know him. I haven't played with him. Mango seems to know him more. So I would take what Mango says with a little more like weight behind that. But at the same time, I don't know if that's Mango just trying to vote off his friend who knows him and might be a threat to him like later in the game. I'm getting a really good town read off Cameron. He's playing different than he has when I've seen him be Mafia. He's being a little more proactive. So I noticed that. Alan already brought up the fact that Jason was kind of piggybacking on a few things. Or sorry, Kimball was piggybacking on a few things. Like there's been 2 or 3 times, like the thing against Eric, and then what was the other one? There was another thing. So and then like right after Fallen got accused, Jason kind of deflected it right back to Alan real quick. So just like keep that in mind. That's how he was playing the other day when he was Mafia. So those are the main ones that I wanted to bring up right now. There's a few other things that I'm gonna hold on to for a little bit, but those are the main things.
I'm just saying that about the going back to Alan, just because like when we pressed Eric like a little bit, like a lot, and then after that we're moving to Alan, and then all Alan said is like, oh, what I have to say is I'm special with Kimball, and then moved along. So and then after Kimball defended himself, everyone went back to Fallen and forgot Alan, and I want to hear more from him before going next.
Well, I also said that people were saying that how I wasn't talking that much, and I said that this is how I play, and then Carlton agreed because we played during MLG, and this is actually exactly how I play when I'm town.
Right, and that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't let off you before you were done. Like I wasn't trying to deflect off of Falling. I was trying to make sure that you didn't get away too easy.
Mango.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Mango, what do you think about Carlton?
I think he's town.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I have something to say about you, Eric, though, about your defense. That personally, I just want to point out that when I was accused the first time that I was down, like playing online with everyone, and then people like accused me of being Mafia and I was down, I was freaked out. I couldn't actually play the defense like that. Not saying that, like, of course, maybe you're just a better player than me, but if you're a town and you want to win a town and you get accusated, you usually don't have a defense against that. But if you're Mafia, though, and you're playing as Mafia, like, first time people accuse you, you have, like, you'll have a better defense because you're ready for it already. And your defense sounded more Mafia to me than town.
So that's exactly my point. That's what I brought up before. Like as a first-time town, right? Especially from watching all the VODs from before, right? Like I don't think like your gut reaction isn't to defend yourself that way. You only defend yourself that way if you're Mafia and you study the VODs like that.
I don't know. I mean, I can see it, but
I'm starting to get suspicious about Mango right now.
I would be
really starting to get suspicious about Mango right
now. I would
now.
be way honestly like above all this. I'm still like looking at Falling as like the if we were to vote right now, the guy that we should look to. What do you Carlton? You talked about how Jason deflected off Falling, but what are you thinking of him specifically?
Like I haven't been like I don't feel he's contributed anything, but like I haven't gotten a read one way or the other just because I haven't played with him, so I'm not sure how he plays. But like as far as what he's done in game so far, like he hasn't done anything to draw suspicion, which I guess could be suspicion in and of itself.
Because I remember what crap, I forgot his name. Rob's friend.
Oh, his brother?
His brother.
Or his brother, yeah, who just sat there the entire game, said nothing.
Nick.
And was Nick,
yeah. And Nick, with Nick, it was
Mafia.
like every time we would accuse him and somebody would kind of deflect off of him somehow, and then we'd forget about him.
Yeah.
And then we'd go back to him like 20 minutes later, and we'd press him really hard again, and he wouldn't really say much, and then it'd get deflective, and we'd forget about it.
I actually disagree with everybody on Eric's defense. I really do. I mean, I think that he has tried to point out pro town moves, and it makes him less suspicious to me because there's a lot better people that we should kill rather than Eric. And I already mentioned out my reasoning behind that earlier.
So as suspicious I am of Eric right now, I don't want to lynch him this round. But I'm just
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm being heard so that later on, should I die and you guys still think he's town, that it doesn't escape like what I said before, right? That he's very capable of doing this as Mafia, as a first time player. So
I just want to say right now, the people that I trust the most are actually, the funny thing is I trust Falling the most right now out of everybody, which is a complete 180 because I've been watching him for the last 10 minutes and all he's doing is taking notes and looking at people's faces. So I think that he's definitely trying to get reads on people. And if he's Mafia, I just don't understand why don't understand why he'd be taking that much effort into it. You know what I mean? I also trust Jason at this point and Cameron.
that's funny. Like you just named all the people that I'm not sure of right now.
You put all that effort into it because you want to win.
Why don't you feel sure about Cameron?
So
well,
what are you writing notes on though with your Mafia? Like
well,
it's
funny
that
defend yourself usually. Like if you play Mafia, you take notes from whenever you get accused. You can say stuff about other people, so like the less out of you, and then people think you're being down, pretty much.
It's like an easy.
I don't think he's setting up something like that. Honestly, I really don't think he's setting up something like that.
I don't know.
Are you actually taking notes?
Yeah, I actually am.
Okay.
Can you show him on stream?
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna be like Tim's pictures.
No,
Dude, this guy's been jotting down shit the whole game, man.
No, but it's funny that you would clear me because the last thing I've been writing down is just that Mango's when it's been going after Eric for a bit. That's what Mango does, but then that both Cameron and Rybo came to Eric's defense. I don't know if that means anything, but that's the last thing I wrote down really.
Well, it doesn't because I'm town. But
And I'm town too. My point is that I like
right
Eric's defense, and I don't feel like lynching him first round. I'm not 100% suspicious of him, but the fact that is, I don't think he's a good first night kill because I'm getting pro town reads off of him.
No one's pushed for a first night thing though. First thing that Mango said was like he don't think like killing first night is helpful. He just said that keep in mind what he said and for later rounds. So just don't assume he's down and then lose to him in the last round.
I don't know how many games where I point out a Mafia in the first round or two, and after I die, people just like forget all about it. That I was so hard on like Unctious, or even like that one game I was so hard on Daniel Geese.
It
and
happens
you guys
a lot.
didn't kill him.
Actually, happens to me too.
So.
Well,
like,
whoever's taking notes, then take notes of what Mango's saying.
Like, don't mistake my aggressiveness as like me trying to bandwagon like a lynch vote on the town or something as Mafia.
Right.
I think right now Falling is the person that I trust the most. If we're making some kind of a circle of trust, I am suspicious of Carlton. Actually, I did not like what he was saying earlier. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me about saying that me and Mango are both Mafia.
No,
I
he
never
said
said that
one
you
of
and Mango
us.
are both Mafia. I said that one of you is more likely Mafia.
Okay, well then it's Mango. Case closed.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, hold on. Something to be said about Mango is that, and I have played a lot of games with Mango. He just tends to throw around these early sorts of, they're not really accusations. A lot of the times it's just, I want to see what you think, or you look kind of funny right now, just to see how people react.
That gets
that's what we're
the
getting
game
at.
moving though. That's what gets the game moving.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing.
So I'll name my town circle right now. It's me, Carlton, Alan, and Jason with an I.
Oh my god.
Everyone else, I'm not sure of right now. Yeah.
Just so you guys know, we're at the half hour
with
mark.
me on Eric.
Okay.
Good lord.
I just want to say something about past weeks. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks that like at least one of the games of the week we lose or almost lose to one of the new guys coming and being quiet. And every week after the game ends, we say like, next week, if someone's being really quiet, we're just going to kill him because it's probably Mafia. and you don't want to lose again, and that's what it's going to do. In the next week, you play another game, there's someone quiet, it's just new, let's not do anything, and then the guy wins or almost wins. So
are you saying?
What are you suggesting right now?
Yeah. What are you?
I'm
Who do you want to
suggesting
vote out then?
I'm suggesting that if it gets to the point that we don't have anything on anyone, or the people that are talking are not like are not being suspicious, we have Fallen that's not saying much, we have George Zhao that's not saying much, and Alan that hasn't spoke. I mean,
Mango,
saying
how
that
do you-
that's the way he plays is not good defense at all.
How do you not find Alan suspicious at all? Like, I think he's only said a few sentences the whole game.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what's your read? What's your read on him?
just when he gave his defense, I don't know. I just didn't think he was Mafia. Like, it was a shitty defense. Like, he's a shitty town player right now.
Fuck, no, everyone thinks we're both Mafia, probably.
So it's just, I don't know. It's just a read. That's all I can say. I didn't think he was Mafia.
I don't think that either Mango, Carlton, or Jason are Mafia. Those are like my
Eric, why do
three
you
snakes.
consistently ask Mango what his thoughts are based off of everybody
Because
and not asking anybody else what their thoughts are with you? It's just always Mango. Like, do you always think Mango is correct, or is it because?
Well, he thinks I'm Mafia at this
I'm just simply
There's
asking.
I have certain reasons right now. I'm suspicious about Mango, and I'm confused about his circle of trust. It makes no sense to me.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Ryan,
He added me to his circle, and I'm down. So
You've been asking some questions here and there, but I'm curious, what are your reads?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, you're talking to me,
Rybo.
right?
Rybo.
Okay.
Oh, right.
My main suspicious is just George Zhao, and
I should have just not put that name. But keep going.
well, I could call it. What is it? Flame Wheel? I'll call you Flame.
Yeah. How do I change that at this point? I don't really care.
You have to leave, quit Zoom, and then come back. You can do it during night.
Yeah, I'll do it during
Just think, and I'm suspicious of him just based off his defense. I mean, he was formaled, and he said,
I wasn't formaled.
"Well, okay, you weren't formaled, but we made you give a specific defense, or
I mean,
you did
you
defend
ask someone their
yourself."
thoughts. You ask someone their thoughts, and then they're going to respond. I don't understand how that's anywhere akin to a formal. I
Okay.
feel no pressure. There's no vote being called on me.
Okay, so here, let me finish my statement, and you're more than welcome to talk. My reasoning behind that is because when you were asked, what your thoughts were, you're like, I disagree with XYZ. I'm Mafia, or not. No, you're not Mafia. You said I wouldn't agree with the other Mafia just based because I'm new. And it just came off weird to me. That's all.
I'm sorry. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I just did. I mean, you said that if you were Mafia, you wouldn't agree with other Mafia, and then Jason pointed out.
No.
You said I
that's
may not be
putting words
Mafia,
into
or
my
maybe
mouth.
Town.
That's putting words in my mouth. What I said
It was 15
that-
minutes ago.
Right, but okay. Following's taking notes. No, here's the thing. What I said was that if it comes down to kills, and a lot of the times new players will not know who to kill, right? Because obviously, if I were Mafia, I don't know any of you but Mango. So who am I going to kill? Who's a good kill? I don't know. So a lot of times new players are going to simply defer to those who have been in games for previous games, since you guys have a better understanding of each other than I do of you. So what happens is that I'm saying that I'm stubborn, and I would not just necessarily be like, okay. Also, I would probably try to kill Mango, because I end up always stacking Mango.
Yeah, but even the few games that you've watched, I think it's widely known that I'm one of the better players, so I'm most likely to be a first night medic save. I don't think you would go after me.
Right, but you know that I've triple stacked you in our old games, right?
Yeah, but stacking, I mean, obviously I wasn't stacked, right? So
No.
Stacking in first night.
Well,
was
since there were
stupid.
two, someone just turned the lights off. Can you turn the lights back
That's
on?
a Mafia move there.
That's a pretty Mafia move
No,
there.
it's not bright out, but now the mod says.
Sorry, 1 second. Wait, why did the lights just go off?
Because the cop cut out. SWAT's coming for you.
That is making sense.
Sorry.
So Flame Wheel,
And,
what's your
and let me finish I was asked a question. I am not suspicious of following Eric, Mango, and Cameron. Jason with the eye, I'm a little suspicious about, and Kiwi as well. So there's my Mafia reads.
I agree on Kiwi.
Do we have a formal? It's been about 45 minutes of day one.
All right, I'll call formal on Daniel Geese or Kiwi.
Okay, sure. I don't get why I'm being formal. I actually happen to agree with Eric's defense earlier. I don't even know what to say. I've said, like, Alan hasn't talked a lot. I've said I agree with stuff. We've pretty much heard from everyone. My suspicions would be between maybe, like, my main suspicion would be Alan. I think, I don't know. I don't have a read on Flame Wheel or Fallen. As for the rest of the guys, I don't know. Kimball's always quiet. Mango's playing like he normally does. Cameron's in the middle. Ribo's pretty aggressive, and Jason is sitting there like. So, I don't really know if you've got to kill me, you can kill me, but this is to reduce from 2 kill power to 1 kill power. I don't think we should.
Wait, is there reduction with 1 Mafia killed?
Yes.
Yes, there is.
So that's why this night is so important.
This is important.
Yeah.
Like, if we fuck it up, then that's...
Wait,
that's
so then why did you say, if you've got to kill me, then kill me, if it's that important?
Well, I'm saying it is important. So, like, don't kill me.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right,
I just want to point out something real
vote.
quick.
I rescind my
Good.
vote.
I want to point out something. So Flamemill just asked about kill power. Isn't he the one that asked about the cop coming out earlier? And we're like, yeah, the cop should come out if he has a check because of kill power.
No, Eric asked about it.
Oh, that was Eric?
I wasn't asking. I was telling.
Okay.
Wow, so
I said,
Commander.
like, shouldn't the cop come out? Like, as in, the cop should come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
There's no
this-
Miller. There's no reason for the cop not to come out if they got a Mafia check first round.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, 45 minutes in, if the cop got somebody, they should come out. We've got a lot of info right now.
No. All right.
So 3 people, well, effectively 3 people died. There was a chance, obviously,
Yeah,
that the cop was already killed.
effectively 3 people died.
Well,
No. I
not
confirm that
Niels
Shindig's
said
was
that
town.
Shindig was only town.
So just town.
Just town.
Okay.
Worthless
That
town.
with royalties.
Well, Shindig's.
Sucks.
Love you, Tim. Let me see something real fast.
So
I mean,
what are you guys
if you're going to formal someone, there's like 4 new guys out of 10 people. That's, I think my maths is right, and the chance of one of them being Mafia is really high. So
yeah,
if
3 new people, I think.
we have Eric.
He's counting me as new.
Falling. No, I'm counting Alan, Falling, Eric, and Flaming.
Oh, okay, Flamewell. Okay, I wasn't counting him because I just know him that well. But
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, for me, those are the 4 people, and I mean, there's a high chance of one of them being Mafia. So if you're just going to vote someone because we don't have anything on anyone specific right now, I would be okay with voting one of those 4.
so out of those, I would vote out Flamewell, just because I don't think it's Falling or Allen right now. I just don't. So
But you liked his defense earlier, right?
who?
Flame Wheels?
Yeah, but he like the more that this round has gone on, he's just hasn't said anything. Like his initial defense was okay when we accused him like 5 minutes in, right? But now, like with this night being so important with reducing kill power by 1, as town and with Flamewell's experience as a Mafia player, I can't believe that he would stay this passive. So
It's passive because, well, my experience is with logistics, not with people. I don't read people in the end until it gets down to a good point, right? So with the numbers, yeah, someone does need to die tonight, but I don't simply know who it needs to be. And
anyone can calculate numbers. If you're not going to be reading people, what use are you? I mean,
I said I don't read people until it gets to that time. Right now, I don't know anyone, and I need more time to, well, get to understand people more because I
We
actually
might
don't know
not get
anyone.
the time though. We might
You have-
still don't have the time. I mean,
There are 2 days. Well, I guess 2 nights to do so.
I mean, right now, my 3 are actually probably Kimball, Flame Wheel, and Eric. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but those would be my 3 Mafia for now.
You guys always think I'm Mafia, and I'm never Mafia.
You were
I
once-
rarely think
I
you're
was
Mafia.
once, yeah, and at MLG, but
I said if you are Mafia, you're the scariest Mafia ever.
I don't think I'd be worse.
You know
than
what?
Right.
You know
Cameron, what
At
do you
this,
think?
At this point, I'm willing to vote on Alan. If you guys really want to vote on,
That's what I'm trying to. I'm so
wanna hear
curious.
more.
Why?
I'm okay with
I-
it.
I'm
why
okay
did you
with that.
suddenly
Why would
change,
you
Mango?
be okay
You just
with Alan when you don't think he's town? Are you
Yeah,
just
you-
trying
you
to
just-
fish for a kill or what? Because
no. I mean, at this point,
you have been
so
saying that
at
you
this
liked his
point-
defense.
right? So at this point, none of the people that I think are Mafia are gonna get voted out. No one's gonna follow me, and I'm not gonna get the votes I need, right? So at the very least, I'm gonna vote on Alan that have a slight town read on, but isn't contributing anything to town at all. And I
This
know
is
that I can
like
get votes
really
off on
important.
Alan. Yeah, but no matter how much I, try to argue my point, I feel like it's only gonna turn against me, and people are gonna think I'm trying to force a vote on people they don't want to.
I disagree, but
I'm okay with voting Alan.
Alan's a good
Okay,
vote.
I'm
I mean,
okay.
Well, it has to be said that Mango's correct in his assumption that we do need to kill someone tonight. So
Right.
therefore, when
We
he's
do
correct
have
when
to
he
kill
says
someone.
that if his vote isn't going to go through, there's no point in pressing it further and just try to fish for it.
And pressing
Who
it
said
further
Fisher?
is gonna go against me. Like, you guys are gonna think I'm really Mafia if I go that hard on someone.
all I'm saying is like it comes back to what I said earlier. Like this, we need to reduce kill power from 2 to 1, otherwise we're fucked.
I mean, at this point,
that's my
like,
difference.
now I'm suspicious of you because you seem so hard. Like, you almost seem like you're defending Alan. That you don't agree with my.
I'm not defending Ellen. I want to hear
Somebody-
more from
somebody turn
Ellen.
off the mic.
Hey, somebody shut the fuck up.
Yeah, whoever
turn
has a
off the mic.
background noise, please mute.
I can't hear one word he's saying.
there's his background noise from his house. I think, like people around him.
Oh, is that? Oh, it's probably my flatmates. I'm just saying, I'm not defending Ellen. I want to hear more from Ellen. Ellen is
Okay,
like
okay.
my main suspicion. So
I want to say it's really weird that Mango said I was in his circle of trust and then suddenly went back on it just now when this is an important round when we can potentially reduce the kill power. So if he was Mafia, he would put me in his circle of trust to gain my trust. And then later he can just, if he just, flip-flops like that, he gets me killed for free, basically.
I think that's a bit of a stretch, but
I mean,
the same
are you saying
round,
that doesn't
like-
make sense?
I don't think I ever put in the circle of trust. I just said like your defense are good enough to not kill you right away. That's pretty much what he said. Not saying that you're down 100%. I
Right,
think
right.
anyone here, I think
Just-
anyone here in their right mind can say that you're down from your
Of
play.
course, of course.
Rybo, who do you think is the most valuable kill? Like how do I say this right without being mean? Who do you think we should kill? I'll just say, who do you think we should kill? Like, who would you pick is the least valuable town right now?
I mean, I haven't heard anything from Alan, Falling, and George, or
Right.
Like
So if you had to
Flame Wheel.
pick one, who would you go with?
uh,
Doesn't have to be the right decision.
Alan.
But why?
I just told you. You asked me who that I thought was the not contributing, and he's not contributing the most. At least Falling's taking notes.
Hopefully they're comprehensible.
What do you think, Cameron?
I mean,
I would have to agree that if we were going to lynch somebody purely on like town contribution versus like without any like really strong Mafia reads, I would say that Alan is probably the best choice. I don't have a strong read on him either way as far as Mafia or town. I think that it's I haven't ever played with him before, so I don't know how. Like, I know people were saying that he plays like this when he's town in person, but I've never played with him before, so I can't corroborate that. But but I would agree that he's not contributing to town at all. And but since we do have to reduce kill power, it's I don't know.
Who's
Someone
played
else
with
is
Flame
saying
Wheel before?
everybody except for
Everybody's played
new
with
four
Mafia
people.
before.
Unless he's changed radically in the past year than I have.
I played with who?
Aren't you Flame Wheel?
Flame Wheel.
Yeah, Flame Wheel. I haven't played with Flame Wheel. I think I was gone probably when he played. If he played during online.
I never played online. Well,
Is he
I never
normally
played this form of online.
But I don't think I played with him either.
Flame Wheel can be pretty passive to start with at times.
Is he very valuable later on, like his town if he's town?
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He's very strong when it comes to like just logically what's the best move, right?
I'm trying to think right now in terms of who's going to be the most use, because we're probably going to miss, right? Just by the numbers, we're probably going to miss. I'm trying to think of who's going to be most useful down the road later on.
I mean, to me, then it's between the inactive like newbie towns. It would have to be between Falling and Allen then. For me, I wouldn't want to vote Flame Wheel off. Well, I kind of would, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So, yeah, Allen.
I would support a vote
then.
on Flame Wheel. I would support a vote on Flame Wheel.
Would you?
I would, yeah.
What do you think, Carton? Flame Wheel or Allen?
I would support a vote on either.
I mean, between the two of them, just based off past experience of who I played against, I would vote against Flame Wheel over Allen, just because the two games that I watched Allen play, one game I played with him over the weekend, one game I watched him play, this is how he was playing. And even like when we called him out for like not talking that much, he still didn't talk, and we voted him out, and he was town.
So that's why I thought he was town. Like his defense that he usually plays like that, I thought was believable, even though I think it's really shitty for town. So
I mean, like on Sunday night, like we played, and I kept after him in the game. I was like, Allen, like you need to talk, and he kept not talking, and eventually it went to a vote, and I voted him out because I was like, I keep telling him to talk, like everybody's telling him to talk, he's not talking, he's not being useful, and we voted him out, and he's town. And after the game, he had really good reads on people.
So are you saying that you would vote on Flame Wheel?
Yeah, just based off past experience of who I played with, like that would be the thing.
All right, so Allen, between who would you vote for if you could vote for one person?
I would probably vote Flame Wheel.
What?
For who?
Flame Wheel.
Oh, Flame Wheel.
So Daniel Geese or Kiwi, who would you vote for? Between like the suspects we've talked about the last couple minutes.
I mean, I don't know either of them. I don't have a good read on either of them. So if I had to go someone like Flame Wheel's more dangerous from his reputation, I don't know.
Okay, guys, we're at the 55-minute mark. Do we have anyone that you guys are ready to kill?
Oh, now it gets to the fun part.
I think we're gonna put a formal.
Okay, I have formal Flame Wheel.
Okay, I was gonna do that, but defense
form.
I mean, it's the same thing as right now. So right now, the only thing that I draw from this round is that you don't really know who you're going to vote for, and this is how a lot of the days end up turning out in Mafia games. Not just these online games, pretty much everyone. The information you gain now is, frankly, not that useful. Of course, if you kill a Mafia, you reduce the kill power, but you won't by killing me. And Mango, well, I'm normally not passive in day one. Completely different format to me than I've ever played with. I don't know the people, and frankly, I'm as wrong as I am right when trying to make my calls. And when this night really does matter, and you guys all have a better say since you played with each other, it's not my place to step in and be loud, especially since I don't really like how not many people can talk in this kind of format.
Do you have any reads on who's suspicious or who's safe?
The suspicions really lie upon the lines of trust, or whatever people say their lines of trust are. I guess we can start. I'll just start from bottom right. So right now, or do you want to hear on anyone in specific?
Like just what you specifically think is suspicious.
This is what you have to say.
So I am not a fan of note-taking. I'm going to put that out there right now because, frankly, no one can see the notes he's taking. He can hold them up to the screen, but it doesn't really matter. Note-taking is a very easy and passable way that you can just say, okay, I'm going to get out of it. Now, it is good, obviously, for his town, and his notes are valid. But in my experience, I really don't like it when people pretend or even do take notes, since it's just something they can say, yeah, I'm contributing, without actually contributing. So unless these notes are actively shared on a very short and timely basis, I wouldn't put any value on Fallen's notes. Alan, have I played with you before? Were you at Princeton?
Yeah, we played at Princeton. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not suspicious of Alan because Alan was just very quiet at all the Princeton games. I don't remember if he was ever Mafia, but he was pretty much quiet if he was Mafia, and I know he was quiet when he was Town. Mango, this is pretty much standard Mango play from pretty much every game I've seen that he's Town. I would classify Mango as Town highly based on my past experiences. There's no real strong accusations from the beginning. Of course, obviously, since he was going to call a formal on me, that point is moot. But Mango from the very beginning is just trying to fish for, I would guess what Jason pointed out, or Mr. Kimball pointed out, is he's fishing for a kill, since a kill is very important on this day. On top of that, I don't know Carlton. I haven't heard enough from Cameron to make an idea. Cameron has been responsive in his contributions and not proactive, not jumping in saying like this. Rybo, I don't really have anything on yet. Jason has been one of the second responders, so he's not going to call out someone first from what I've gathered, and he's going to come in second to either corroborate or deny. And then Eric, if Mango's played with Eric before and can vouch for his status as a player, I believe that someone who has watched the VODs and can study can provide a good fence whether Town or Mafia.
So knowing Flamewell, like his defense sounds really good, but he's pretty much named everyone Town. And
no.
Well, who do you think
Except
is
for Jason?
Except
I
for
stated
me.
okay, to put it blunt, I have a very strong suspicion on Falling because I am hugely against notes, and I don't think they help the Town at all.
But are you saying he's bad Town, or are you saying he's Mafia?
Well, Falling, you're new, right?
Yeah, I'm new, and that's partly why I'm taking notes, just as at least trying to sort of organize my thoughts, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it's valid from a personal standpoint, but I don't think it flies in terms of outward contribution. It looks like it's contributing, but I don't think it is. So I would find that suspicious, even coming from someone that's new.
Are you
Obviously?
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry?
I was going to say something, but I thought you were done. Never mind.
Oh, no, I was going to end pretty shortly. I was just saying, obviously, if his notes are valid in the end, he can share them to you. But this isn't like real-life Mafia where you can clearly see someone is being very active, taking notes, and thus sharing the notes. He's pretty much just been taking the notes and keeping his thoughts to himself. So if you want to, number one suspicion, that's that.
Okay, are you rescinding Mango?
Well, actually, Rybo called it, but I wouldn't rescind.
No, I'm not going to rescind.
Okay, voting on Mango. To vote, cover your camera and hold it there.
Mango.
I'm not Mango. I'm sorry.
Voting on Neo.
Voting on Flame Wheel.
Neil's Mafia.
When you vote, cover your camera and leave it until I call whether the vote has passed or not, because sometimes this happens and it can be hard to tell. So, voting in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, Flame Wheel, you are dead.
All right. Good luck, guys.
Everyone go to sleep. Mafia, tell me who you want to kill. Medic, tell me who you want to save. Cop, tell me who you want to check. And for everyone in chat, this is kind of a largely, there's no real interaction, so I'm going to run an ad during this, and we won't start until you guys are back.
Esports. Esports.
All right.
This の番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Okay, everyone come back alive except for Mango and Cameron.
That's actually bad.
That was Mango.
If that's bad, though. That means that either the medic is dead or he thought someone else was better to save than Mango.
Hold on. Alan is
We're
back.
missing.
Where'd Alan
Why
go?
do you think that, Jason? Do you think that the medic would have saved Mango?
I mean, can we talk or are we waiting for Alan?
Let's wait for
Apparently
Alan.
he said in Skype that he wants to go get a drink. So I wish people would
So we
PM
missed
directly with
Lynn.
these things. So how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Well, we're on
thank you.
Lilo right now, so
I'm looking good right now.
Yeah.
How was
I find it a lot
MLG?
harder to think of things to talk
Is
than
that
I thought it would.
counting Allen or not counting Allen?
Of 0 to 10, how good is MLG?
I would say
MLG was
probably
pretty
like a
good.
9.
Nice.
It would have been a
really
10
good.
if it wasn't for
I wish
some.
I lived in California.
Okay,
No,
everyone's
why
back.
didn't you
So
vote for
play.
Flame Whale?
So I guess the first thing would
Yeah.
be we obviously didn't get Mafia, and Kimball did not vote for Flame Wheel.
yeah.
So just curious.
Yeah, so I didn't vote for him because I didn't feel like I needed to. Either it was probably going to pass, or I wanted to like sit and watch who was not voting. I didn't think that he was Mafia, and so like if everyone wanted to kill him just to move on, I was okay with that. But I actually felt like maybe we could spend a little bit longer and try and like point to someone that was Mafia.
But you didn't bring that up before the vote.
So if it didn't pass, then I would start talking about who I had suspicion on, and if it passed, then we go to night.
I understand what he's saying. It's been an hour, so he was okay with moving on, but he was also okay with like staying a little longer.
Yeah, if
fight
it came
the
down to a
Mafia.
split vote, I didn't want to vote him off.
And at the end, it doesn't even matter
Is
because the guy was
what it
not Mafia, though.
Did Cop get a Mafia raid yet?
Do we even know there's a cop alive?
Yeah,
If the Cop's
Probably dead by this point.
Seriously.
there's a pretty good. What would we have? 7, 8. So there's like almost a 50% chance that that cop's been killed already. So that being said, I had some suspicion on Cameron just because of the way he was acting, but that's gone. So this is going to narrow down things a lot. I caught 3 different times where I guess Rybo is doing the thing that you guys always accuse me of, where you're jumping on everyone else. Yeah, so early
whoever's in spotlight, you just press for that person, then wants to kill that person.
Yeah, early on he was defending Eric. He jumped on Alan when Mango was kind of.
You asked me who I thought was suspicious, or who I was okay with killing, and I said Alan falling.
That was much later. So early on, Mango was a little suspicious of Alan, and then he talked to him a bit, and then he decided like, no, Alan's probably town. So like before we got to the end where we decided, okay, this is our selection of people, who are we actually going to pick to lynch? You had jumped on the Alan bandwagon with Mango before Mango cleared him in his mind. The fact that
I just
Mango
simply said he was being quiet, and I was okay with killing him.
Okay, well these are my notes. So this is how I read you. Okay, and then obviously you were the one that formaled Flame Wheel. So I see you as either being very active town or also going in for a kill. I'm a lot less suspicious of how do I say this? Because Mango is town, I feel that his read on Alan is not biased. He was also pretty lenient on Eric, but I kind of thought Eric's defense was too good, and I have still been suspicious of Eric. I kind of thought an Eric, Cameron, Rybo kind of thing going, because Cameron was being kind of quiet and not as smiley as normal. I think Mafia gets nervous and hides it, but it like this is a fun game and there are fun moments, and like the Mafia can betray those moments when your nervousness prevents you from enjoying it, I guess. That's something that I've pulled before on Phil. I got a read off of him just because of that. And I was getting that kind of thing from Cameron, but that was wrong. So yeah, I just want to put more suspicion on Rybo and a little bit more on Eric. And I still don't have any read on Falling. His only defense has been that he's taking notes, and he does look nervous, but he is inexperienced.
Yeah, can we hear those notes now? Like, pretty much.
I wanted to
8 people.
Go ahead.
We have 8 people, five
It's
towns.
lynch or lose, right?
It's lynch or lose. If you don't lynch right, you lose.
Well, here's just one thing. Is earlier on, I believe it was Carlton that was throwing suspicion on Eric and Mango. Mango's gone now. And then when Kimball was talking about his reads, then immediately Carlton was sort of throwing it back at Kimball again. So I don't know. It's not much of anything, but that's sort of my closest thing right now is maybe Carlton.
When was this?
When we first came back online, Kimball was giving his reads.
You mean like 2 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Well, because he was saying we should take heed in what Mango said, and I was pointing out that Mango also accused him shortly before the last round ended.
Right.
Which is a valid point, but Jason being suspicious of me makes me less suspicious of him, if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't.
I just want to. So what are the notes? Though?
Because I'll tell you why, Eric. Jason pointing out the fact that 1, he didn't vote, and 2, that I called the former on Flame Wheel was also a time thing. Neil kind of stepped in and said, "Hey guys, do we have a former?" And I was like, "Yes, we're former," because it was going to happen anyways. So I was looking out for the time. When I'm saying that Jason being suspicious of me is okay, because yes, I was interjecting kind of with Mango, which makes me not as suspicious as he believes. So I think that Jason is town. Me agreeing with Mango on the majority of the points would not especially want me to kill Mango. Right?
Unless Mango is pushing for someone that you know was not Mafia, like you know
Just getting on
your Mafia
board.
friends, and then Mango's like pushing for people that you know are town because they're on Mafia, and they're like, "Yeah, Mango, that's a good idea. Maybe you should kill that guy." Then Mango pushes for another guy, like for Alan. Then you know maybe that Alan is down because your Mafia are other friends. And then it's like, "Oh yeah, Alan is a good idea."
I was okay with killing, and
So I agree with.
and I'm not okay with killing Jason, Kimball, or Eric.
What I'm saying is that agreeing with Mango is
Why or
like,
Eric?
no good idea at all.
Why not Eric?
No, yeah.
Because I really liked his defense earlier. He pointed out several pro town moves, in my opinion. Drink.
He was also early on. He was suspicious, or he raised suspicion on both Alan and Flame Wheel. So Flame Wheel obviously was not Mafia, and I think, well, we've had some safe reads on Alan. Obviously, we chose Flame Wheel over Alan because we didn't feel threatened by Alan.
And then that was a bad.
But that was the first note that I have written down. So that was early in the game.
Well,
but
were you
I'm
not
still leery
suspicious
of
of
Eric.
Alan? Were you not suspicious of Alan at all?
No. I played with him at MLG too, and
I haven't played with him before,
yeah, he's
so I
just
mean,
super
somebody
quiet.
being that quiet. In last week, I got completely murdered by somebody that stayed quiet, Rob's brother, the entire
Well,
time.
it's
So,
not good for
I had
him,
suspicion, right, of somebody being quiet, and it's not helping town, so therefore I was okay with killing.
So one thing I noticed a lot is Jason with an eye is playing different in a way that he's not as quiet as he normally is.
Not as sleepy.
And he's looking to either jump on people or protect people. And I find that unusual. I also think that Kiwi is getting away with a lot of not talking time, so to speak. He's only talking when
if
he's.
you want. but my flatmates are having like music and shit. I don't know if you can hear it, so that's why I'm muted.
Okay,
So I can.
what are your reads? What are your reads, Kiwi?
I don't know. I thought Flame Wheel's defense was really long, and either he was Super Mafia or Super Town, and I didn't know which he was. Apparently, he was Town. Jason is acting differently, but every time I've thought Jason has been Mafia, he hasn't been Mafia. So I don't know if I can read him or not. Rybo is aggressive. That's normal Rybo. Carlton's quiet. Alan's new. I agreed with the things you're saying, Eric. I don't think it's necessarily like your defense. I agreed with everything, and that you were telling the truth is pro-town. But I don't think that necessarily means it's a defense. You can still be like telling the truth and still be Mafia. I'm kind of on the fence about you. My main three for Mafia would be out of Alan, Fallen, and Kimball.
Actually, I want to hear from Fallen.
If you guys want to put any, I mean, I know sorry, Alan, it's a really small and minute point, but I wanted to go back to what Mango said earlier. Is like Eric's capable of pulling an extremely strong defense, right? Therefore, he also said "Cop, come out." But at the same time, was Mango saying that if I die, be suspicious of this person, but I do not want to come out currently because I feel like I'm extremely valuable to this game? If just throwing it out there, does anybody else follow me here? Or
if he had a read on me, he would have totally called it. I mean, if he had a...
He may have called it. He may have called it.
He was saying,
if he was a formal on
I
him,
die and people forget about the people I was suspicious of. But I don't remember him saying that he had someone under his finger that he was waiting on.
No, yeah, I didn't
get that across that he was like 100.
Like I said, it's a minute point. It's a minute point.
No, it's
I just wanted to go back to it and say,
again.
like, could this lead us to any information? And I was wanting to get other people's thoughts on it.
The only thing he said was that the defense of Eric was too good to be down, and that you should remember that if he dies that night, you should remember what he was saying. That his thought was that Eric was probably more Mafia than down, and if the game goes on, we have to trust Eric or not. We should not trust. That was pretty much what he said.
Okay, now it seems like you're putting a little bit of words in his mouth. I don't remember him saying so much Eric. He was saying in general.
He was saying that right before, right after Eric's defense. That was he said.
No, can a few other people chime in on what they remember, because this seems a little bit suspicious.
It was something like, don't forget that I called out Eric at the beginning because he's had that intuition on other games and people just moved on and not talked about them ever again.
He said two people. He said, don't forget about Eric and don't forget about Flame Wheel. And Flame Wheel's a moot point, I suppose.
Carlton, do you have anything to say?
I was trying to go back and see if I had notes on that exact point. I wrote down that he said that, but I didn't have it pertaining to anybody. But the thing is, I mean, if he said Eric and Flame Wheel's obviously Town, then I kind of lend some credence into that also. And Eric's been playing really good Town, and if Eric's Mafia, he's playing amazing. Yeah,
not record book, but like he has a list of Pro Town moves, and he's just going down the list one at a time and checking them all off and making sure that he's Pro Town. That's kind of how I feel about Eric.
You guys are killing chat with all this Pro Town talk.
I don't feel that it's that way with Eric.
Maybe.
It doesn't.
Oh, sorry.
It seems genuine from my side. Not just the things that he's saying, but the way that he's acting. He's definitely involved in this game. He's not kicking back and just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything he's saying is disingenuous or wrong. It's just it
feels off.
I feel like someone has a list of plays from 3 weeks ago, and he's just okay, I'm going to repeat these, these key things.
Carlton, if you think he's really down, like who do you think it's Mafia right now then?
I don't have like any good reads right now. Like Alan's still not talking. I'll say, Alan, this is a good time to start talking.
I was going to earlier, and then
I mean, besides yourself, Carlton, there's 7 people and like 3 of them are Mafia. So
I want to hear from Falling because he's been taking notes for like an hour, and when we asked him about it, he didn't bring up that much.
All right. Still, though, I wanted to say I'm still a little suspicious of Kimball, just from his early game behavior. And then he kind of changed it up as soon as we brought it up. Like as soon as we mentioned it, like he kind of changed and started like stepping off, like the piggybacking. Still suspicious of him a little bit. Falling, I can't get a read on when we're there. Like we asked, and maybe he'll give us a chance now. Like Alan was saying, like he wrote down all these notes day one, and then when we asked him, like Jason, when you asked him for an example of those notes, he gave us a read from like 2 minutes before you asked him from this round, and nothing from the first round. So
Yeah,
I
you should
definitely
have
like.
written already by now.
What was that?
You should have like a whole essay written by now. It's been that long.
Yeah,
I need a better coding system though, because it's getting to be a bit of a mess, and so yeah, I don't know. One thing I was just curious, or I just wanted to clarify, Kiwi, were you saying that you're somewhat suspicious of Kimball yourself?
Kimball is like Jason with an eye to me. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, they're both called Jason, but I always think Jason's Mafia. I'm always wrong. It's kind of the same thing. I don't know. Like,
yeah. Jeez.
Do you have a strong read on me falling? Because if so, I'd like to hear it.
Personally, I think your town. That's my read. I'd be, and based on that, I'm a little bit more suspicious than of Carlton going after you a little bit. I don't know.
I just want to say now that he says that, I think he's suspicious as well as Kimball.
What, Carlton?
No, Falling.
Eric left.
Eric is coming back.
So, Alan, I just want to make sure that I get this straight because I'm trying to form circles here. You think that Falling is the most suspicious out of everybody currently?
I think he's suspicious as well as Kimball, which I brought up earlier because now he's defending him.
Okay.
So the only reason you think he's suspicious is because he's defending me.
Well, I mean, he hasn't really given that much in your defense like that. He's just, I think you're safe. That's like it.
Who are your town reads, Alan?
I think Carlton's town, I think Rival's town, and Jason 50-50. So out of the people, I would say Kiwi, Falling, and Kimball are the most suspicious.
We lost Eric.
we lost Neil too.
Do you guys want to hold on for a second then? Because I could really use a quick bathroom break and a refill.
Same here. I need that.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Be back in 2 minutes, seriously, because Neil's not even gonna know what's going on.
All right.
Damn, dude, I have a lot of votes on the website.
I didn't look.
You guys seeing this? I have 12 votes.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
So do we have? I've stepped away for a moment. Do we have any formals or what's going on?
Jason ran to get a drink real quick. Also,
I'm really sorry. My internet crapped out.
Bravo. Sorry. We took it as a second to get a quick break in real quick.
Okay.
Can we use Kimball? Because there's 2 Jasons, so it's getting kind of...
Yeah, we typically use either Kimball or we say Doctor.
Because I'm Doctor yet.
Or Jason with an eye.
I like Jason and Doc.
Not Jason and I, just Jason.
But he's not a medical doctor.
Well, he's not a doctor yet, right? He hasn't.
No, I mean, he's working on his PhD.
He has his master's.
He's not
he doesn't have it yet. Not yet.
He is Kimball though.
Why don't
so
you just
you
call
can
him
call
Master
Kimball.
Jason Kimball then?
Jason, do you have another like?
Master Kimball.
Yeah,
Do you have
Master
another
Kimball.
name, like game name,
He
gamer
called me
tag?
Sobienski.
Dude, I didn't know he was that old.
So your gamer tag Sobienski?
No, that's my last name.
No, I know that, but what's your gamer tag?
Oh, my tag. Ziza. That's what I go for usually. Z-E-Z-A. From
Never mind. I'll just call you Jason with an I. Okay.
No, man, it's really old. It's from when I first played Final Fantasy V a couple of decades ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
So, Carlton, are we about to order some Mafia cards or what?
Oh, so it can be a legit game like Werewolves?
Yeah, so this can be a real game like Werewolf.
Why don't you shut your mouth?
I'm mod killing Alan.
And I never bring up Werewolves ever again.
It's a real game, though. It has cards.
You know what else is a real game? Your mom. We play her all the time.
Ooh. That costs
And
like
make
$2.
funny
Can you
noises
afford
at
that?
night. Make funny noises at night when they play your mom.
That just happened.
What happened?
Oh,
Rob
we were
was
talking about Alan's mom.
Alan was mod killed.
Oh. Okay.
He's on the
So he's gone. Kiwi.
Daniel.
The geese and the goose.
The geesey.
Here it comes. Alan's on the phone now. News eating.
I'm eating,
Okay.
but I
Where
don't
were we?
matter.
Okay, so since
So-
there's been a couple people throwing suspicion at me, I just want to talk a little bit about my play style and kind of defend myself a little bit, because what's going to happen otherwise is Mafia is going to convince like one town to vote against me, and then I'm going to get killed and you guys are going to lose. So I do have a tendency to kind of sit back, and when people make points that I agree with or make observations that I've also made but haven't spoken up with yet, I'll chime in and be like, yeah, I noticed that. Like, yeah, I think that too, right? And kind of support things that I think are important that everyone hears about. Now, this probably works out pretty well when you're Mafia, because you're like, oh yeah, he's guilty. Like, let's kill him. But that's really not what I'm doing most of the time. It's just like I'm trying to make sure that points I agree with get heard by everyone and get confirmation. And then Carlton said that I've changed up my play style since he called me out on that. And part of that has been that I've been making more connections or more suspicions that other people haven't brought up yet. So like I kind of dug into Rybo a little bit at the beginning of this round. That wasn't something that anyone else had brought up yet. And it was things I just wanted to point out, that he had been doing some of that bandwagoning too. Okay, so that's just my play style. That's how I work. And Alan hasn't been talking much. Already he's getting suspicious of me. I feel...
Well, I said that from the beginning, though. It's not like this just came up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. You were one of the first people to say that I was suspicious because I was acting in that way. I mean, that's just my play style. But you saw me play as Mafia at MLG, so if you see that play style, it's like, Jason's playing, he is Mafia. So I can appreciate that. Carlton calls me out on Mafia a lot, especially late in the game when it's an important decision. And that always worries me because it makes me feel that Carlton is suspicious. And normally I'm smarter than that, and I'm like, okay, Carlton's playing pretty town, but I've had a weird read on him all game. I'm not getting a good town read. I'm not getting a strong Mafia read either, but there's not a lot of people left, and it's like, okay, who do you think is town?
Well, can you give top two Mafia and top two town reads and why?
Yeah. So
do that for everyone.
I still think Eric is suspicious, and I think because Carlton's been backing him up to that and accusing me, that just makes me really suspicious of Carlton. Rybo was in that group, but he did this thing where he agreed with me after I pleaded my case and kind of won me over as like, okay, well, at least he's on my side. He's not such a bad guy. But that's not something that I can trust. So I'm suspicious of Rybo still too, although I feel a little bit better about him than before. Falling, I don't know. He seems pretty okay. Not great town yet, but I think he'll get there. And Jason, I don't know. Jason and Kiwi, I don't have good reads on. So if I had to say top two, I'd go with Eric and Carlton. But I wouldn't call a formal on either of them yet.
And you're still defending Falling, right?
Yeah, I think he's probably okay.
I think
just because I'm so bad.
It just makes me more suspicious of both of you, just because you've been kind of backing each other up like the whole game.
What? Okay, so aside from being quiet, though, what's Falling doing that's making him suspicious?
Not contributing.
If I could just chime in, him saying "I'm so bad" is like a newbie Mafia thing.
Who said that?
Falling.
Just like a second ago.
No, I said Bad Town, yeah.
Well,
Because you feel like he's deflecting? He's using that as an excuse to deflect heat?
No, I'm not like...
No, I'm just acknowledging that, like, as much as I thought I'd come in here and be able to talk a whole bunch, honestly, I've been sitting back a lot, and yeah.
25 minutes into day 2, guys.
I think Falling is pretty safe.
Maybe I'm just mistaking it for newbie. I don't know.
No, I'm definitely pretty newbie.
I'm most suspicious of Jason with an eye.
Why?
I don't know. I just got to read on you, man. The gut feels what the gut feels, man. It says Mafia all over your face right now.
Oh my god. Oh, that's not something I can defend against myself. Just saying that you look at me and think I'm Mafia, I can't defend against that. If you say I did something or I said something or I acted funny or something or I defended someone I shouldn't or I attacked someone I shouldn't, and I can try to defend, but just looking at me and saying, nah, he looks Mafia, not much I can defend against. And not trying to like, I guess I'll go with my version before pushing over. My strongest Mafia reads right now, I'll be okay with like Eric. Since day one, I wasn't convinced with his defense, and I'm still not. And if you lynch or lose, and you have to pick one person, that will be him. Like that's my strongest one right now. And for town people, I think Kimbo has. I played with him before. He's been cop, Mafia, and town. And from all things he's been saying so far in the game, feels really, really town to me, no doubt. And whoever is like keep pushing for him, either is misinformed, is with doubt on the heart, or just Mafia. That's what I have to say right now.
This is why, like earlier, I said like Jason, I couldn't read, and I thought he was good town because he's all quiet like the first couple days. Then like day 2 or 3, he's just like bam, here's the shit going down.
So Alan, what are your reads, dude?
Oh, actually, when you cut out, I had said that I'm suspicious of Kimball, Kiwi, and Falling. And I thought that Rybo and Carlton were town, and Jason is 50-50.
Okay, I trust Alan a lot, actually.
Well, I mean, the people who just died, like Mango and Flame Wheel, thought I was safe. I mean, that's, they also died, so...
Mango didn't thought it was so safe. He thought he was okay killing you or Flaming.
Well, he says I was safe, but I wasn't contributing much, so he was okay with killing me, but he didn't think I was Mafia.
I'd like to put together like some kind of circle here.
Well, I think now's the time.
You want to put down
lynch or lose. Like we need to like, if people are roles, we should come out and form a town circle because it's lynch or lose. If we fuck up, we're gone.
Yeah, if you have a Mafia role, you should come out right now. Let us know.
Town role. Like if we've still got even the medic, then that's at least something. Even though medic isn't like secure,
Yeah.
it's at least something.
If medic, oh no, never mind. I was gonna say if medic's gotten a save, medic hasn't gotten a save.
No, I die every time.
Ace is town, right, guys?
So in that case, I don't think medic should come out because it's not going to give us any more information than them. And say that we survive and we kill one mafia, medic's dead anyway. So that's like.
I would take that chance.
God,
honestly,
I like that.
The medic comes out because
We're lynch or lose. We have
They
to
should
like.
they
if the
definitely
medic comes out, we have a much better chance of getting a mafia.
Well, we have slightly
I
better chance.
disagree with the medic coming out completely.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would say for the medic not to come out. I mean, if we fuck up now, it's over. Like if the medic, if we have a roll right now, you come out.
No, there's a difference between if we're about to lynch you and you come out.
Yeah, that's
versus
what I was
coming
about
out
to say.
now. And I don't think medic should come out now.
Yeah, but we have to lynch somebody, right? So
Well, we're trying to figure out, like,
yeah, I don't think medic's alive anyway. So
That being said, it's a really like shitty play. Like, say we're about to lynch someone,
really-
and they're just
that's
like,
really-
"Oh, I'm mafia. Oh, I'm actually medic."
Well, that's
And
the thing
then
is
they
like
just get a free pass and they're
At the
fucked.
last resort, but I don't think you'd get any bigger of a circle of trust, if you will, if the medic came
If
out.
the
Would
medic
you?
comes out, exactly. No.
no,
it
because they
doesn't
haven't even
at all.
gotten a save. So
Which
like,
is a really anti-pro town move. Everybody drink. No offense, Eric.
So we are 30 minutes into day 2.
Yeah, I wanna.
Conscious.
So
I wanna put a form on Eric. I wanna see his defense. Eric, there's a form on you.
So I think right now, I'm looking at people's faces and trying to gauge the stress and the frustration on everybody's faces, because at this point, like, I don't know, just my gut is telling me the people that are a little bit more cheerful and happy are probably because they're sitting pretty as Mafia. The people that are stressed out and like trying to like figure things out, I think are me, Kimball, and Alan. Kiwi's just interjecting a few things, and Jason with an I hasn't been able to stop laughing this entire round. So I'm highly suspicious of him as Mafia. And I think what he's doing right now, I think what he's trying to do right now, Jason with an I, is he's trying to, because he knows if you guys lynch me, he's gonna win. So I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to pick off the weak guy that people have a bad read on, that think that I'm Mafia, and just win the game outright. I think that's all he's been doing the entire game, piling on people.
Sorry, which person is this?
Jason with an I.
Is there any formals right now? Just
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, it's on.
But you definitely don't want to do it because we will lose.
Are we rescinding the
I haven't